Today is Tuesday, 9/11/2012. Looking for a short up around the 33, 34 area. So I've taken a short at 25, and we're going to have a 5-point stop on that. Okay, so we're going to put a fib retracement on here with the 786 zone. And would expect it to back off a little bit reasonably quickly from the 786, 707 zone. And if not, and it just hangs in here a little bit, I'll be closing one contract. So I'm going to move. It's just sort of staying here, not doing much. It's been here for a little while now. So I'll move my target one up to 33 to offload a contract here. So hopefully we'll be filled on this pretty soon. Okay, so we've got one contract left now with a 5-point stop. That's good enough for me at this stage. It halves the risk. So I can deal with a 5-point stop here, no problem. I'm expecting a rollover at some point today. I was hoping it'd be earlier this morning, especially given the gap up and yesterday's weakness. However, we need to be aware it might not happen until this afternoon, so we have to give it a little bit of breathing space. And I'll move my target down to around the 2250 area, which was the overnight support, in case we get a bit of a sell-off. So I'll just pause the video for a little bit. Okay, we're back. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. Market has moved up to within about a point of our stop. Come back down a few points, back up again, and not really doing anything. So we're moving the stop down to just above the last high, because we don't really want it to go above there. Reduces the risk a little. If it gets above 36.75, we really wouldn't want to be short. Could pretty easily zip up to the 40 area. What we're going to take a look at is the lower trend line that's held since early morning, about 10:15. If we draw a line from here through and under the lows, they're tracking perfectly on this trend line. If that's broken, we should see a move down into the 1430 area, which is the open price, 30.50. We also could draw a line here through the tops, which forms a very nice symmetrical triangle. So that gives us our reference points as to where the market might break from and continue a direction either up or down. And because of the triangle initial depth, we can get some sort of idea of where the market typically would rally or sell off to if it breaks this triangle. So we'll be looking at 40 on the upper end and about 29 to 30 on the lower side if this lower trend line is broken. And we could take the upper and lower triangle lines and form in advance a couple of channels. Just to give us a point of reference on the upper and lower extremities. They sort of line up fairly well with the triangle targets. We'll just thicken up the lower because it is fairly important, in my opinion, that I am expecting a little bit of weakness this afternoon. So for my purposes, I want to have that line highlighted. And obviously if I'm wrong and it holds, then we should see okay, so the line has broken to the downside, as we can see. Now the next very important level is the 10-15 low where this trend line started from. In the meantime, I'm just drawing a couple of wave extensions, but this horizontal line I'm going to draw here from the 10-15 low, once I get through with this fib and fib extension. The horizontal line from 10-15 lines up perfectly with the ABC pattern at 3250. So this line also becomes very important on a short dis if we are going continued weakness. So I'll hit as well. Take profits in a situation like this. If they were short from the break on the triangle, for example, 34, 34 and a half. Nice profits at 32 and a half. Nice quick 2 points. And I'm going to wind down our stop to the previous highs because I really wouldn't want to be in this short if it comes back up to these highs at 35.75. I'm going to try and let the trade work. Obviously after being underwater for a little bit this morning, the normal thing to do for us humans is to say, I'm back in the green, I'm out of here. And we may well do that soon enough if we don't get some decent follow through. I'm still prepared to give it a little bit of time. We'll see how we go. So you can see it is holding the 3250 nicely. Might dip below it, but that's fairly common. Be probing some stops here. We're just going to pause for a little bit here. Pause the video. And we're back again. we can see we did hold that 3250 for a while, just broke through it. Getting on a little bit in the day now. Selling sort of a stair-step type selling process. It's really not gaining steam like yesterday afternoon. So we might be looking to close this position shortly if we don't get some heavier selling, and finish up the day. You can see the NASDAQ. I've just brought the NASDAQ picture into the screen here. NASDAQ's coming into support in about 3 points, and Apple's also heading down to support. So we need to keep an eye out what happens to the NASDAQ here. I'll just pop that chart up in the left hand corner there. If the NASDAQ doesn't bust through the 77 to 80 area, the ES could hold and attempt some sort of retracement. And Apple's starting to find some support. So Apple's trying to rally a little bit, just $1 or so. The NASDAQ has obviously stopped at these lows as well. So we would expect the that if the ES doesn't show weakness pretty soon, I'm going to get out of this. Okay, so we'll just close the this position. Just a point below entry, unfortunately. Sometimes when you get a not so good a entry point and the trade goes against you a few points, and then it just meanders back down to your break even or a bit better. Lady luck is on your side, so sometimes it's best just to say thank you very much. We'll get out and reevaluate. It is right pretty much at the end of the day, so we'll call it a day. So we just added another point to the overnight trade. Certainly wasn't a day to write home about. So we'll just put the markers back on there and take a look at today. Again, we had our entry at 22 overnight, and right at this green 1422 floor pivot. Repeating was also the exaction of the main average here on the 30-minute. And first profit at 28, and the second one just before the open at 31 1/4, and then a bit of a trying day, to say the least. Certainly tested our mettle today. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped out some.